So, if you want to learn how to post your fan fiction on AO3, this is the video for you, homie, so keep watching. Whether you're a first-time fic writer or you're just curious about how this process goes, it's a really super simple process, and I'm going to show you how to do it. If you're new here, I'm April, and welcome to my archives. My channel is still fairly new, but I tend to post about fan fiction, writing tips, memes, and just reacting to fandom stuff in general, so click that subscribe button if you're interested in more. Anyways, let's get to the important stuff. Okay, y'all, I'm a little nervous about this because this is like my actual fan fiction that I will be sharing with you guys, like on my YouTube channel. I'm putting a face to this fic that a lot of people know on AO3 if you're like in the Marvel universe. It's a low-key fan fiction, as you will find out. But it is my baby. This is part 2 of the Freedom and Forgiveness series. It's called Freedom and Chaos. So if you want to read it, you know, you can check it out on AO3 Tumblr. All right, let's get to it. I write all of my fics in a Google Doc first, and then I will transfer them to AO3 and or Tumblr, just like a copy and paste situation. I would not recommend writing your fic in either AO3 or Tumblr's like post or something, because they can like glitch out at any time, and you want to have as many backups of your fic as possible. This chapter's already been posted, but I'm actually going to post it as a new fic so you guys can see from scratch. Here I am on AO3. What you're going to do here, first of all, you got to log in and you got to have a profile, right? You're going to go to the top right next to your username, hover over post and click new work. So this is where you will start posting your fic. You're going to start with ratings. If this is a mature fic, which this is, it's actually going to be an explicit fic. There's nothing explicit going on right now, but in the future it will. I'm just trying to be honest. So I would choose explicit, but of course if anybody can read it, like if you're, you know, you don't have any warnings or it's just some average silly fic, you can just write general audience, teens and up. So I'm going to choose explicit, and then you'll go to the archive warnings. This is where you can decide to choose warnings for your fic that you want your readers to know before they go in and read your fic. I can't believe this is actually a warning. Kind of troublesome to me, but let's just pass that. And I believe that choose not to use archive warnings is the best, because sometimes maybe fics have so many warnings and you're just like, I want to warn you, this is a dead dove, do not eat. Or maybe you're just lazy like me and you don't want to write all of the archive warnings and you're just like, yeah, whatever, if you choose to read, it's up to you. You know, I'm not forcing you. Okay, and then you move on to fandoms, which I tend to skip because it's like grayed out like the rest of the screen, which is kind of annoying. They also have this note that says, if this is the first work for a fandom, it may not show up in the fandoms page for a day or two. So just a warning, like if it's a new fandom and you know, you want to post something about it, don't be scared when it doesn't show up for a few days. So this would be Marvel Cinematic Universe. Okay, I could even choose the Avengers, Marvel movies. Let's say, is there a Loki fandom? Yes, there's a bunch of Loki fandoms, because there's like different Lokis, of course. Let's say Loki TV, Loki Marvel comics. Great. And then you move on to the categories. Is this like a female and female, female male, male male? Is it multi? Whatever is going on in your fic, let the reader know this is the relationship that you'll be seeing. Maybe it's a friendship or a romantic relationship. So mine would be female male, relationships, low-key Marvel reader. So this is the one I want because it's a low-key centric fic, and the relationship is going to be a reader character, a self-insert, if you want to call it that. Okay, so I got that, and then you can choose the characters. Of course, I mean like Loki Lofthson or Loki Odinson, or just Loki, I guess. There we go, Loki. Maybe Thor's going to be in here, Tony Stark. Basically, you can add however many characters you want. All right, moving on. Next is the additional tag section, and this is when you can add a bunch of other tags that you want the reader to know what's going on. Let's say, I don't know, mental illness. This is not actually part of my fic, but maybe it's important for you to tell them there's some mental health issues going on with characters or the reader or whatever. Let's say fluff. Fluffed and inks. Ooh, that's a good one. We love a good fluff and inks. Blood injury, right? Maybe you have a really gory fic, and mine isn't really gory now, but it probably will be later. Maybe something like so innocent and wholesome, like college student. College student Peter Parker, aw, but he ain't in here. Let's say just college student. You can also create new tags if they don't show up on the list. Like I just created college student because there was not a standalone college student, but now there is. Moving on. All right, this is when we get to the good stuff. The work title. So the title of your fic. Mine would be Freedom and Chaos. Great. Do you have any co-creators? Are you collaborating on a fic with another user? If so, you would click this box and then you move on to the fic summary. I just copy and paste everything. I'm not going to write the summary over. Can we get Grammarly out of here, please? So this is the fic summary. Moving on to the notes. I love this section because this is when like I get to get out of writer mode and just rant to my readers. Maybe I'll say something like, hey, finally got to writing this. I hope you enjoy. Something like that. Something just nice in the beginning. I don't like to write a lot of notes in the beginning section because it can be a lot. Like sometimes I'll see authors like write a whole paragraph and I'm like, hold on, I just got here. I'm trying to get to the fic. Wait till the end of the fic for all of that. So I recommend writing a few sentences or something, or if there's a trigger warning or something, this is a good place to write something like that. And then you can choose to write notes at the end. This is like my rant section. You read the chapter, and I'm gonna rant to you about how my cat just threw up, how long this took me to write, things I was going through, but I love all of you guys. So something like that. So you could write, wow, that was a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed this fic. Please let me know what you thought about it in the comments. See you soon. Green heart, because you know, low-key. Okay, so you wrote the notes. Now you go down to the association section where you're basically able to link this fic to a collection of sorts, or you can give this work to someone else, which is really cool. Like I'd be very lucky for somebody to give me a work. You can choose if this work is a remix or a translation inspired by another work, you know, so nobody's coming to you like, the fuck, you stole parts of my fic or whatever. If this work is a part of a series, which mine is part of the Love series, or you can create a new series, which is good. This work has multiple chapters. Mine will have multiple chapters. If you know how many chapters you're going to write for this fic, you can write like 10. Chapter title, Welcome to New York. By the way, I'm just making some of this stuff up. Some of this stuff is actually part of my fic, some of it's not. I'm doing this on the spot, so. Okay, if you want a different publication date, you can set one. You're able to backdate your work if you want. I would recommend reading that little section that shows you what will happen if you do that. I've never wanted to change my publication date, but if you're interested, read that before clicking that box. Here you can choose a language. Of course, I'm speaking English, or at least I'm trying to, or I guess I'm writing English. You're also able to select a work skin. I just leave it as is. I mean, AO3 is AO3, it's a forum. This ain't Tumblr, that's different. Privacy. This one I think is very important for you to pay attention to, because if you don't want just random people reading your fics, maybe you want only registered users, people who have an AO3 account to read your fics, you would choose this. You can enable comment moderation. If you don't want a bunch of meanies to just post hateful messages on your fic for no reason, you can kind of monitor that and just X them out. I usually let registered users and guests comment because I ain't scared. You come for my fic, I'm gonna come for you. Simple as that. Okay, the meat and potatoes, the bread and butter. I guess this would be the meat and potatoes. Your actual work, your fic. This is where you will be posting it. This is the HTML version where, you know, if you want things to look fancy, basically, you can play around with the HTML with your text or insert like a photo or anything, which is really cool. I don't do that on AO3. I always choose rich text, and rich text is nice because basically whatever I paste in there, it'll paste it exactly the same. I'm not trying to mess with anything. I'm not trying to add anything special. I just want exactly what I had in my Google Doc right here. So what I'm going to do is paste exactly what's in this Google Doc right in that rich text section. Something like Command Command A, which highlights all of the text, and then Command C, which is copy, and then paste it in here. Maybe it'll paste weird. Maybe you gotta kind of get rid of some spaces, add some spaces. I recommend going through all of this in the rich text section and double checking your work. This is like the last time you will be able to do that. So make sure things are looking how you want them to look. And yeah, this was like a long chapter, by the way. Cool, so I am ready to post this. I filled out everything that I needed to. I'm just going to apologize to any of my readers who may be seeing this video and be like, I thought she posted something, because I'm deleting this right after. And so this is what it'll look like as soon as you post it. Just going through it, making sure things look good. Yeah, it's looking good. Then voila, you have created your first masterpiece called fanfiction. Remember to like and subscribe if you thought this was useful and if you just want to see more of me. See you later.